Psalm 147:3. He healeth the broken in heart, and bindeth up their wounds. If tonight you carry something heavy and unseen, something that aches in silence, know this: God's hands are gentle. He tends to pain not with judgment, but with mercy. Every hidden place in you is known and held by the one who heals from the inside out. Psalm 138:3. In the day when I cried, thou answeredst me, and strengthenedst me with strength in my soul. God never turns away from a sincere cry. You may feel alone in your struggles, but your voice has reached heaven. In your weakest moments, He fills you with strength, not always to change the situation, but to anchor your soul through it. Psalm 138:7. Though I walk in the midst of trouble, thou wilt revive me. There is a kind of nearness that only comes in trouble. When the storm rages, His hand remains steady. He doesn't always calm the sea right away, but He will always revive the one who's sinking. His touch is more powerful than the waves. Psalm 121:2. My help cometh from the Lord, which made heaven and earth. You don't have to figure everything out tonight. You don't have to carry the burden of tomorrow. Help is not delayed, it is divine. From the Creator of stars to the keeper of your soul, He is near and mighty to help. Psalm 135. I wait for the Lord, my soul doth wait, and in His word do I hope. Waiting on God is not wasting time. Your soul is learning to trust in a deeper way. Even in the quiet, He is working. Even when you see nothing, His promise still holds. Psalm 23:3. He restoreth my soul. He leadeth me in the paths of righteousness for His name's sake. Restoration doesn't always look dramatic. Sometimes it's just the slow return of peace. The way He guides you gently and faithfully reveals not only His goodness, but your worth in His eyes. Psalm 73:26. My flesh and my heart faileth, but God is the strength of my heart and my portion forever. It's okay if you feel weak tonight. It's okay if your strength ran out. That's when God shows you that He never will. Your portion is not what the world gives, it's what God sustains. Psalm 34:18. The Lord is nigh unto them that are of a broken heart, and saveth such as be of a contrite spirit. When your heart is cracked open by grief or fear, God does not walk away. He draws near, not to rush your healing, but to sit with you in it. His nearness is your comfort. Psalm 126:5. They that sow in tears shall reap in joy. What you planted in prayer through tears will not return void. Heaven remembers every cry, and joy will rise like a harvest. Trust the process. What aches tonight will be the soil for rejoicing tomorrow. Psalm 55:22. Cast thy burden upon the Lord, and He shall sustain thee. The load you're carrying was never meant to be yours alone. Hand it to the one whose shoulders never fail. He doesn't just take the burden, He strengthens the one who gives it to him. Psalm 9:9. The Lord also will be a refuge for the oppressed, a refuge in times of trouble. Refuge isn't escape, it's a holy shelter in the middle of the storm. When fear surrounds you, run to Him. His presence is safety, His arms, a shield. Psalm 46:10. Be still and know that I am God. Stillness is not passivity, it is sacred confidence. In the quiet, God reveals who He is. He is not shaken by your storm. He is sovereign over it. Rest in that. Psalm 4:8. I will both lay me down in peace and sleep, for Thou, Lord, only makest me dwell in safety. Sleep tonight without fear. You are protected even when you rest. Let God be the keeper of your mind, your dreams, and your tomorrow. Psalm 121:3. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. Even when you sleep, He does not. He watches without blinking, guards without tiring. Every moment of your night is wrapped in his unceasing care. Psalm 119:50. This is my comfort in my affliction, for thy word hath quickened me. When pain lingers and answers seem far away, return to his word. Let it breathe life into your weary soul. It will not fail you. Psalm 147:3. He healeth the broken in heart, and bindeth up their wounds. You don't have to carry your pain alone tonight. God is already tending to it. His hands are not only mighty, they are gentle. Where you feel torn, he applies grace. Where you are fragile, he wraps you in mercy. Psalm 121:2. My help cometh from the Lord, which made heaven and earth. You were never expected to do it all in your own strength. Look up. The same God who painted the skies holds the answers to your fears. He doesn't run late. He is already on his way. Psalm 138:3. In the day when I cried, thou answeredst me, and strengthenedst me with strength in my soul. He doesn't just hear prayers, he responds with power. What you whispered through tears became strength within you. He poured courage into the very place you thought was breaking. Psalm 34:18. The Lord is nigh unto them that are of a broken heart. When your heart is in pieces, he doesn't avoid the mess. He comes closer. He gathers every shattered piece, not to judge, but to rebuild with tenderness. Psalm 135. I wait for the Lord. My soul doth wait, and in his word do I hope. Waiting on God is not an empty pause. It's the place where hope breathes. His word fills the silence with promise. And even when you cannot see, your soul is held. Psalm 23:3. He restoreth my soul. No matter how drained or discouraged you feel, God is not finished with you. He gently restores what has faded and leads you towards stillness, not punishment. Psalm 4:8. I will both lay me down in peace and sleep. When the world feels unstable, God offers rest. You are safe tonight. Not because the world is quiet, but because he is guarding you while you sleep. Psalm 9:9. The Lord also will be a refuge for the oppressed. If life has worn you down, or if people have failed you, turn to the one who will never forsake you. His presence is a strong tower, even when you feel small. Psalm 55:22. Cast thy burden upon the Lord, and he shall sustain thee. You were not made to carry it all. The weight you feel tonight is lighter in his hands. Let him take what you were never meant to bear. Psalm 46:10. Be still and know that I am God. There is a peace that defies understanding, and it begins when you release control. In stillness, God speaks, reminding you he's already working behind the scenes. Psalm 126:5. They that sow in tears shall reap in joy. God collects every tear as a sacred seed. Your sorrow is not wasted. It's a planting that will grow into a harvest of joy in due time. Psalm 73:26. My flesh and my heart faileth, but God is the strength of my heart. When your strength ends, his begins. He is the solid foundation. When your emotions shift like sand, his presence is your portion, always enough. Psalm 121:3. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. The ground under you may shake, but you will not fall. God is keeping you. While you sleep, he stands guard. Psalm 119:50. This is my comfort in my affliction, for thy word hath quickened me. In suffering, his word is not just truth, it's life. It brings breath where you felt numb and peace where your mind has raced. Psalm 34:17. The righteous cry, and the Lord heareth. You are not crying into emptiness. Even in the middle of the night, your voice is heard in the courts of heaven. He is already responding. Psalm 42:5. Why art thou cast down, O my soul? Hope in God. Even your soul questions the weight of sorrow. But there is still reason to hope. He is not done with your story. Psalm 91:15. He shall call upon me, and I will answer him. This is not a maybe. When you call, he will answer, not always with what you expect, but always with what is good. Psalm 35. Weeping may endure for a night, but joy cometh in the morning. Tonight's sorrow is not forever. Morning is coming. Joy is already on its way. Psalm 143:8. Cause me to hear thy loving kindness in the morning. Even before the sun rises, God's voice is already speaking comfort. You will wake up to mercy, not judgment. Psalm 27:14. Wait on the Lord. Be of good courage. Don't rush what God is healing. Strength is rising even now, beneath the surface. Trust the process of grace. Psalm 145:14. The Lord upholdeth all that fall. Your failures do not disqualify you. God is not ashamed of your struggle. He lifts you gently, with strength you didn't know was yours. Psalm 34:4. I sought the Lord, and he heard me. God is not distant. When you seek him, he draws near. Every time you whisper his name, he answers with nearness. Psalm 139:10. Even there shall thy hand lead me. No place is too dark, no thought too far gone. Wherever you are tonight, emotionally, spiritually, his hand is already there. Psalm 62:5. My soul, wait thou only upon God. Every other source will leave you empty. Wait on the one who never fails, who fills the soul rather than drains it. Psalm 37:7. Rest in the Lord, and wait patiently for him. Don't mistake stillness for abandonment. God is nearer than the noise. Rest is not weakness, it is sacred trust. Psalm 63:6. When I remember thee upon my bed, and meditate on thee in the night watches, let your final thoughts be of him. Let your last breath tonight be a prayer. You are not alone in the silence. Psalm 116:7. Return unto thy rest, O my soul, peace is calling your name. God is not asking you to fix everything, he's asking you to come home to his presence. Psalm 119:114. Thou art my hiding place and my shield. Let his presence wrap around you like armor. Let it become the space where no fear can reach you. Psalm 118:6. The Lord is on my side. I will not fear. When fear tries to return, remind your heart of this. You are not fighting alone. The God of angel armies is with you. Psalm 63:7. Because thou hast been my help, therefore in the shadow of thy wings will I rejoice. You've been held before, you will be held again. Rejoice, not because life is easy, but because he is faithful. Psalm 42. He brought me up also out of an horrible pit, out of the miry clay. If you've been stuck in sorrow or confusion, God is lifting you gently tonight. His hand finds you even in dark, forgotten places. He steadies your steps on ground that cannot give way. Psalm 31:7. I will be glad and rejoice in thy mercy. Even in the middle of adversity, there is still reason to rejoice. His mercy is not small. It is deeper than despair and stronger than fear. Psalm 27:5. For in the time of trouble, he shall hide me in his pavilion. You are not exposed. You are not forgotten. God has a secret shelter just for you, a place where fear can't follow. Psalm 143:10. Teach me to do thy will, for thou art my God. When you're unsure what to do next, let him lead. His spirit will not rush you. He will walk with you into every answer. Psalm 138:7. Though I walk in the midst of trouble, thou wilt revive me. Trouble cannot cancel the life God is breathing into you. Revival doesn't come after the storm. It often comes right in the middle of it. Psalm 61:2. When my heart is overwhelmed, lead me to the rock that is higher than I. There is a safe place above the chaos. You don't have to climb to it, just cry out, and God will lift you. Psalm 42:8. The Lord will command his loving kindness in the daytime, and in the night his song shall be with me. When the sun sets and worry rises, his melody becomes your shield. His love sings over your silence. Psalm 25:18. Look upon mine affliction and my pain. You don't have to pretend everything's okay. God sees the real condition of your soul, and he meets you with compassion, not condemnation. Psalm 139:17. How precious also are thy thoughts unto me, O God. When you feel forgotten, remember this: God is thinking of you constantly with love, not wrath, with care, not distance. Psalm 32:7. Thou art my hiding place. Thou shalt preserve me from trouble. Hide here tonight, in the safety of his name, in the softness of his promises. Trouble may knock, but it cannot enter where peace lives. Psalm 145:18. The Lord is nigh unto all them that call upon him. You don't need perfect words, just a willing heart. Whisper his name, and he draws close, like a father to a crying child. Psalm 146:5. Happy is he whose hope is in the Lord his God. Hope is not about optimism, it's about trust. When your hope rests in him, happiness is no longer fragile. Psalm 63:3. Because thy loving kindness is better than life, my lips shall praise thee. Even in weariness, his kindness remains sweeter than anything this world offers. Let your soul remember the richness of his love. Psalm 37:24. Though he fall, he shall not be utterly cast down. Falling does not mean failing. God's hand is still beneath you, holding you steady when your strength is gone. Psalm 107:9. He satisfieth the longing soul. You may not even know what your heart longs for, but he does. He meets the unnamed ache with fullness no one else can give. Psalm 51:17. A broken and a contrite heart, O God, thou wilt not despise. God does not turn away from the hurting. He draws closer. Your tears are welcome here. Psalm 18:28. Thou wilt light my candle. The Lord my God will enlighten my darkness. Darkness will not last forever. The flame he kindles in your heart tonight will guide you toward peace. Psalm 71:21. Thou shalt increase my greatness and comfort me on every side. God doesn't just restore, he multiplies. Comfort is coming from directions you don't expect. Psalm 119:76. Let thy merciful kindness be for my comfort. There is comfort in his mercy, even when you feel unworthy of it. You don't have to earn his kindness. It's already flowing toward you. Psalm 143:6. I stretch forth my hands unto thee. My soul thirsteth after thee. When nothing else satisfies, when your soul aches for more, reach upward, he will meet you there. Psalm 62:1. Truly my soul waiteth upon God, from him cometh my salvation. The waiting room of God is not empty space, it's sacred ground. He is doing more than you can see. Psalm 91:4. He shall cover thee with his feathers. His truth shall be thy shield. Wrap yourself in his promises tonight. His covering is not just protection, it's presence. Psalm 119:165. Great peace have they which love thy law. There is a peace available to you that doesn't shatter under pressure. It comes when you lean into truth and trust what he has spoken. Psalm 18:6. In my distress, I called upon the Lord, and he heard my voice. You are not too broken, too tired, or too late. The Lord heard you the moment your soul cried out. Psalm 27:1. The Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? Fear doesn't get the final word. Light is rising, courage is returning, God is your defense. Psalm 119, 114. Thou art my hiding place and my shield. Hide again tonight. You are not weak for needing shelter. You are wise for seeking the one who protects. Psalm 30, 11. Thou hast turned for me my mourning into dancing. God specializes in reversals. What began in sorrow can end in song. Let hope whisper again. Psalm 63, 7. In the shadow of thy wings will I rejoice. It's okay to rejoice even while you're healing. Under his covering, joy and restoration go hand in hand. Psalm 37, 3. Trust in the Lord and do good. God honors every small act of faith. Keep trusting. Keep doing the next right thing. He sees it all. Psalm 33, 20. Our soul waiteth for the Lord. He is our help and our shield. You are not alone in your waiting. Heaven watches over you with unwavering care. Psalm 86, 7. In the day of my trouble, I will call upon thee, for thou wilt answer me. When everything feels uncertain, one truth remains. He will answer. He doesn't delay to test you. He waits to bless you at the perfect time. Psalm 116. I love the Lord, because he hath heard my voice. Love grows from being heard. When the world tunes out your pain, God tunes in. His attention is not borrowed. It is faithful, everlasting. Psalm 18:30. As for God, his way is perfect. Even when life feels confusing, God is never unsure. His plans don't fail, even when yours fall apart. Trust the one who sees the end from the beginning. Psalm 27:13. I had fainted unless I had believed to see the goodness of the Lord. Sometimes belief is all you have, but it is enough. Faith opens the window for goodness to break through your night. Psalm 94:19. In the multitude of my thoughts within me, thy comforts delight my soul. When your mind is loud and restless, God whispers peace. His comfort doesn't argue with your fears. It quiets them with presence. Psalm 28:7. The Lord is my strength and my shield. My heart trusted in him. Strength doesn't come from effort alone. It flows from trust. The shield around your heart is built from surrender. Psalm 103:4. Who redeemeth thy life from destruction? Who crowneth thee with loving kindness? God not only rescues you, he crowns you. You are not just saved from something, but called into honor, beloved and adorned by grace. Psalm 31:19. Oh, how great is thy goodness, which thou hast laid up for them that fear thee. You haven't seen all the goodness God has stored for you. Some blessings are still unfolding in the background of this very moment. Psalm 65:11. Thou crownest the year with thy goodness. Even in a season of loss, goodness is circling you. God doesn't abandon years. He redeems them, filling even the broken months with grace. Psalm 92:2. To show forth thy loving kindness in the morning, and thy faithfulness every night. Each sunrise is proof of his love. Each nightfall, a reminder of his faithfulness. You are wrapped in his rhythm of care. Psalm 71:20. Thou shalt quicken me again, and shalt bring me up again. You may feel depleted now, but you will rise again. God specializes in second winds and new strength for weary souls. Psalm 19:14. Let the words of my mouth be acceptable. Even your thoughts and words can be holy offerings. God welcomes your speech, not only when it's perfect, but when it's honest and surrendered. Psalm 144:2. My goodness and my fortress, my high tower, when everything else crumbles, God remains. He is the unshakable tower where your heart can rest without fear of collapse. Psalm 36:5. Thy mercy, O Lord, is in the heavens. His mercy stretches farther than your mistakes. It is not measured by your behavior, but by his nature, and his nature is endless love. Psalm 16:8. I have set the Lord always before me. Because he is at my right hand, I shall not be moved. Keeping your eyes on him steadies your steps. You are not alone in this walk. He walks with you, closes breath. Psalm 3:3. But thou, O Lord, art a shield for me, my glory, and the lifter up of mine head. When your head hangs low, burdened by shame or sorrow, he gently lifts it, not to expose you, but to restore your dignity. Psalm 29:11. The Lord will bless his people with peace. Peace is not a reward you earn. It is a gift freely given. Receive it tonight, like rain on dry soil. Let it soften your soul. Psalm 145:9. The Lord is good to all, and his tender mercies are over all his works. His goodness doesn't run out. You are not outside of his care, no matter how long the wait or how deep the ache. Psalm 138:8. The Lord will perfect that which concerneth me. You don't have to rush or fix everything. What concerns you concerns him, and he will finish what he started in you. Psalm 139:5. Thou hast beset me behind and before. You are completely surrounded, not by fear, but by grace. God is in your yesterday, today, and already waiting in your tomorrow. Psalm 21. The Lord hear thee in the day of trouble. Trouble may come, but silence will not follow. He hears quickly, responds tenderly, and defends fiercely. Psalm 68:19. Blessed be the Lord, who daily loadeth us with benefits. His blessings are not occasional. They come daily, even if unnoticed. Every breath, every glimpse of hope is proof. Psalm 37:39. But the salvation of the righteous is of the Lord. You don't have to save yourself. Your rescue is not your responsibility. It is God's promise to those who trust. Psalm 66:20. Blessed be God, which hath not turned away my prayer. Not one prayer has been wasted. Even the ones you've forgotten are still echoing in his heart. Psalm 119:49. Remember the word unto thy servant, upon which thou hast caused me to hope. Remind him of his promises, not because he forgot, but because he delights when you cling to them. Psalm 41. I waited patiently for the Lord, and he inclined unto me. He leans in when you wait. He's not too far, not too busy. Your waiting has drawn him closer. Psalm 90:14. O satisfy us early with thy mercy. Begin again with mercy. Let your first thought tomorrow be not fear, but faith in a God who satisfies the soul. Psalm 103:2. Bless the Lord, and forget not all his benefits. Don't forget the ways he's come through before. Gratitude stirs remembrance, and remembrance stirs peace. Psalm 94:22. The Lord is my defense, and my God is the rock of my refuge. No enemy, no thought, no fear can overtake the one sheltered in God. Your heart has a stronghold. Psalm 46:1. God is our refuge and strength, a very present help in trouble, not a distant help, not a delayed rescue, a present one, right here, right now. Psalm 71:3. Be thou my strong habitation, whereunto I may continually resort. When life becomes unpredictable, God remains the same, your constant dwelling place, your unshaken refuge. You are safe in him, again and again. Psalm 138:2. Thou hast magnified thy word above all thy name. His word is not empty. It carries the full weight of his nature. Faithful, unchanging, eternal. Trust what he has spoken. It holds more power than your fears. Psalm 27:4. One thing have I desired, to behold the beauty of the Lord. In the stillness, set your eyes on beauty, not the beauty of circumstance, but the beauty of His presence. It alone satisfies the soul. Psalm 85:10. Mercy and truth are met together. Righteousness and peace have kissed. In God's presence, opposites embrace. Your failures and His mercy meet here, and in that meeting, peace is born. Psalm 45. Many, O Lord, are thy wonderful works. Even when it's hard to see, there is wonder around you. His goodness has not ceased. It's simply waiting to be seen with a grateful heart. Psalm 139:3. Thou compassest my path and my lying down. Before you rose this morning, He traced your path, and now, as you rest, He surrounds your soul with watchful peace. Psalm 84:11. No good thing will He withhold from them that walk uprightly. If it's being withheld, it's not because God is cruel, it's because He's good. Trust His timing, even when it stretches your hope. Psalm 62:5. My soul, wait thou only upon God. Turn inward tonight, and remind your soul, wait not on answers, not on people, but on God. He is your only true anchor. Psalm 119:71. It is good for me that I have been afflicted. Some pain has carved space for deeper wisdom. What once felt like loss has become the opening for grace to flood in. Psalm 63:1. O God, thou art my God. Early will I seek thee. Let your first desire be Him. Not resolution, not relief, but relationship. The dawn is sweeter when your heart begins with God. Psalm 94:14. The Lord will not cast off His people. You are not disposable. You are not too far gone. He is still holding you, still calling you His own. Psalm 112:7. He shall not be afraid of evil tidings. His heart is fixed, trusting in the Lord. In a world of bad news, let your heart be fixed, not on outcomes, but on the faithfulness of the one who reigns. Psalm 145:14. The Lord upholdeth all that fall. Falling doesn't separate you from Him. It invites His hands to lift you. He is not ashamed of your weakness. He rushes to it with love. Psalm 51:10. Create in me a clean heart, O God. When you feel heavy from guilt or weary from failure, let this be your prayer. He doesn't condemn the heart that longs to be made new. Psalm 119. P. 105. Thy word is a lamp unto my feet. You don't need to see the whole path, just the next step. His word lights your way, moment by moment, day by day. Psalm 16:11. In thy presence is fullness of joy. Joy is not found in success or control, but in nearness. Come close, and let your heart be filled, not with things, but with Him. Psalm 119:92. Unless thy law had been my delights, I should then have perished in mine affliction. It is His word that held you when everything else failed. Let it be your lifeline again. Psalm 102:17. He will regard the prayer of the destitute. Your desperation is not a disqualification, it's a doorway. God does not ignore the voices of the weary. He draws closer when they call. Psalm 31:5. Into thine hand I commit my spirit. When you've done all you can do, place the rest in His hands. You're not surrendering to loss. You're entrusting your soul to love. Psalm 147:11. The Lord taketh pleasure in them that fear Him. He delights in your reverence, not in your perfection, but in your posture. A heart bowed in awe brings joy to the Father. Psalm 37:5. Commit thy way unto the Lord, trust also in Him. Every plan, every question, every unknown, place it in His care. He knows where the road leads, even when you don't. Psalm 138:1. I will praise thee with my whole heart. Praise is not for when you feel whole. It's the offering you give when your heart is in pieces. Praise makes space for healing. Psalm 119:50. This is my comfort in my affliction. Thy word hath quickened me. His word revives like breath to lungs. When the world leaves you gasping, turn again to the source of life. Psalm 33:22. Let thy mercy, O Lord, be upon us. Cry out for mercy, not because he withholds it, but because your soul is safe when it seeks it. Mercy meets every gap in your strength. Psalm 103:11. For as the heaven is high above the earth, so great is his mercy. You'll never reach the edge of it. His mercy is not measured by your goodness, but by his. Psalm 59:16. I will sing aloud of thy mercy in the morning. Let gratitude meet the day before fear does. Let songs rise, even if your voice shakes. Psalm 31:15. My times are in thy hand. You are not running late. You are not behind. Your timeline rests in eternal hands, and he makes everything beautiful in his time. Psalm 9:10. They that know thy name will put their trust in thee. Trust grows from familiarity. The more you know him, the easier it is to rest in what he allows. Psalm 121:5. The Lord is thy keeper. Through danger, delay, or doubt, he has not stopped keeping you. Nothing slips through his fingers unnoticed. Psalm 145:18. The Lord is nigh unto all them that call upon him. He's not far away. He's not waiting for perfect prayers. Just call, and he's already near. Psalm 37:23. The steps of a good man are ordered by the Lord. Even when your path feels uncertain, God is not confused. He directs every step, not just the ones that feel holy, but even the detours. Trust that you're being led, even through silence. Psalm 25:16. Turn thee unto me, and have mercy upon me, for I am desolate and afflicted. Loneliness has a sound the world doesn't hear, but heaven does. God bends low to the hearts that feel forgotten, and fills their ache with comfort. Psalm 118:6. The Lord is on my side, I will not fear. You're not facing this alone. The one who reigns over the earth stands beside you. Fear may knock, but courage answers when God is near. Psalm 31:24. Be of good courage, and he shall strengthen your heart. Strength doesn't always come as thunder. Sometimes it's quiet, growing slowly in a weary heart that refuses to give up. Psalm 75. Make haste unto me, O God, thou art my help and my deliverer. When you're overwhelmed, you don't have to pretend to be strong. Cry out, he listens, and he moves, not late, but right on time. Psalm 143:8. Cause me to hear thy loving kindness in the morning. Let his voice be the first you seek each day. It softens anxiety, settles restlessness, and reminds you who holds your story. Psalm 10:17. Lord, thou hast heard the desire of the humble. When words fail, desire speaks. Your ache is a prayer, and God receives it as if it were poetry from your soul. Psalm 36:9. In thy light shall we see light. God's light not only shows you the way, it shows you yourself clearly and lovingly. In his presence, clarity and compassion are never separated. Psalm 91:1. He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. You don't have to run to God. Just rest in him. His shadow covers you when your world feels exposed. Psalm 89:15. Blessed are the people that know the joyful sound. Joy leaves an echo. Those who walk with God hear melodies in the dark. Even in sorrow, their spirit dances to heaven's song. Psalm 73:28. But it is good for me to draw near to God. Nearness changes everything. The problems may remain, but peace becomes louder. You don't need all the answers, just His nearness. Psalm 139:12. Yea, the darkness hideth not from thee. What feels like darkness to you is not hidden from God. He sees clearly even when you can't. Nothing is lost in His sight. Psalm 34:15. The eyes of the Lord are upon the righteous. You are not overlooked. God's gaze is constant, not cold. He watches with the eyes of a father who never looks away. Psalm 147:6. The Lord lifteth up the meek. There is a quiet strength in humility, and God honors it. He raises the bowed, not just in status, but in spirit. Psalm 145:16. Thou openest thine hand, and satisfiest the desire of every living thing. His hands are open, not clenched. There is no reluctance in God's generosity. You will not go unnoticed, nor unfed. Psalm 19:1. The heavens declare the glory of God. Creation speaks when your words fall short. Look up, the sky still sings, and its song reminds you that God is still near. Psalm 17:8. Keep me as the apple of the eye. You are not an afterthought to God. You are cherished, central, and surrounded by His love, like the pupil of His eye is guarded. Psalm 66:12. We went through fire and through water, but thou broughtest us out into a wealthy place. Every trial has a purpose. He's not just bringing you out, He's bringing you into something better. Psalm 33:18. Behold, the eye of the Lord is upon them that fear Him. His gaze is not to expose your flaws. It is to assure your soul you are being watched over with care. Psalm 86:5. Thou, Lord, art good and ready to forgive. God is not slow to pardon. He leans toward repentance with open arms, eager to embrace, never hesitant to restore. Psalm 104:34. My meditation of Him shall be sweet. Thinking on God is not duty, it's delight. Let your thoughts dwell on Him, and your soul will taste peace again. Psalm 51:17. A broken and a contrite heart, O God, thou wilt not despise. Brokenness is not a barrier, it's a bridge. God draws closest to the heart that surrenders without pride. Psalm 34:4. I sought the Lord, and He heard me. Seeking God is never in vain. Your voice, no matter how quiet, reaches the ears of a Father who listens without delay. Psalm 61:2. When my heart is overwhelmed, lead me to the rock. Don't climb with panic, be led with peace. The rock is steady, higher than the flood, and carved by divine hands to hold you. Psalm 146:9. The Lord preserveth the strangers, even when you feel out of place or unseen. God claims you. You are not foreign to Him. You are family in His eyes. Psalm 84:2. My soul longeth for the courts of the Lord. There is a homesickness that only God can satisfy. You were made for His presence, and your soul will not rest until it dwells there again. Psalm 116:8. Thou hast delivered my soul from death. He didn't just rescue your body. He reached into the deepest place and pulled your spirit back from despair. You are living proof of grace. Psalm 137. For with the Lord there is mercy, and with Him is plenteous redemption. There is no shortage of grace. What you've wasted, He can redeem. What's broken, He can remake. Psalm 35. Weeping may endure for a night, but joy cometh in the morning. Hold on. Morning is more than time. It's a promise. No night lasts forever in the hands of a faithful God. Psalm 37:4. Delight thyself also in the Lord, and He shall give thee the desires of thine heart. When you delight in Him, He reshapes your desires to match His goodness and fulfills them in ways you never imagined. Psalm 34:1. I will bless the Lord at all times, not just in ease, but an ache. Let praise be your posture, not because everything is perfect, but because God always is. Psalm 91:4. He shall cover thee with his feathers, and under his wings shalt thou trust. There is a quiet place beneath his protection, where fear cannot follow. Rest there tonight. Psalm 61:3. For thou hast been a shelter for me, and a strong tower. In every storm, he has been your place of hiding. When the winds rise again, return to what has always held you. Psalm 42:8. The Lord will command his loving kindness in the daytime, and in the night his song shall be with me. Even in darkness, God sings over you. Let his melody carry you into peace. Psalm 119. 114. Thou art my hiding place and my shield. The world may be loud, but his presence is quiet strength. Let him be your shelter, not just from harm, but from fear itself. Psalm 37:7. Rest in the Lord, and wait patiently for him. Let go of the urgency. There is no rush in love. Resting is not inactivity. It is trust made visible. Psalm 51:12. Restore unto me the joy of thy salvation. Sometimes we lose joy without losing faith. Ask him to return the light to your soul. He knows how to renew what's faded. Psalm 46:1. God is our refuge and strength, a very present help in trouble. He doesn't watch from a distance. He steps into the trouble with you fully present, completely reliable. Psalm 119:76. Let, I pray thee, thy merciful kindness be for my comfort. His mercy is not just a concept, it's a blanket for the soul, soft enough to soothe what life has scraped raw. Psalm 28:7. The Lord is my strength and my shield. My heart trusted in him, and I am helped. Trust is not weakness, it's the bridge to help. He responds to the heart that leans. Psalm 21. The Lord hear thee in the day of trouble. You never pray into a void. Heaven leans in, attentive to every tremble in your voice, ready to move with compassion. Psalm 118:24. This is the day which the Lord hath made. We will rejoice and be glad in it. Even in trial, the day is sacred, not because it's easy, but because he's in it. Psalm 94:19. In the multitude of my thoughts within me, thy comforts delight my soul. When your mind is a storm, his word becomes your anchor. Let it still the chaos inside. Psalm 84:5. Blessed is the man whose strength is in thee. Strength is not about control, it's about surrender. You are strong when you draw from him. Psalm 30:11. Thou hast turned for me my mourning into dancing. God knows how to rewrite sorrow. Even if your feet feel heavy now, joy will teach them to move again. Psalm 86:15. But thou, O Lord, art a God full of compassion. When the world feels cold, remember your Creator is not. His heart is full, and it beats with compassion toward you. Psalm 116:1. I love the Lord, because he hath heard my voice. There's nothing more sacred than being heard, and in God every whisper is precious. Psalm 4:6. Lord, lift thou up the light of thy countenance upon us. When life feels dim, ask for his light, not just to guide your way, but to warm your heart. Psalm 66:20. Blessed be God, which hath not turned away my prayer. You are never ignored. Even when you doubt, your prayers rise like incense, received in love. Psalm 33:4. For the word of the Lord is right. When everything else feels unstable, his word remains. Build your hope on what cannot shift. Psalm 25:5. Lead me in thy truth, and teach me. You don't need to have it all figured out. God is not just the destination, he's the patient teacher along the way. Psalm 18:30. As for God, his way is perfect. Even when it's winding, even when it hurts, His way never wastes your pain. It is perfect in a way time will one day reveal. Psalm 63, 7. Because thou hast been my help, therefore in the shadow of thy wings will I rejoice. Gratitude turns memory into joy. Recall how He helped you, and rejoice under His covering once more. Psalm 38, 9. Lord, all my desire is before Thee. You don't need to explain your heart. He already knows it. Every unspoken longing is clear to Him. Psalm 29, 11. The Lord will bless His people with peace. Peace is not the absence of problems, but the presence of God, and His presence never fails. Psalm 27, 14. Wait on the Lord, be of good courage, and He shall strengthen thine heart. Waiting isn't empty, it's preparation. In the quiet, your heart is being fortified. Psalm 16, 8. I have set the Lord always before me. Keeping your eyes on Him steadies the soul. You may sway, but you will not fall when He is before you. Psalm 107, 9. For He satisfieth the longing soul. God is not a temporary fix. He satisfies deeply, permanently, fully. Let your soul drink freely of His goodness. Psalm 42. He brought me up also out of an horrible pit. Even when your lowest moment defines you, God lifts you out, not only to rescue, but to restore. Psalm 149, 4. The Lord taketh pleasure in His people. You are not a burden to God, you are His delight. Let that truth silence every voice of shame. Psalm 23, 1. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want, there is no lack in His care. When God leads, you are not abandoned to the wilderness, but guided with intention, love, and provision. Psalm 121, 1. I will lift up mine eyes unto the hills, from whence cometh my help. When your heart is low, lift your gaze. Your help is not buried in worry. It rises like the mountains. Psalm 30:10. Hear, O Lord, and have mercy upon me. Lord, be thou my helper. Even a whisper is enough to reach heaven. Mercy isn't something you have to earn. It's something you're offered. Psalm 31:19. Oh, how great is thy goodness, which thou hast laid up for them that fear thee. There is a reservoir of blessing, waiting for the soul that reveres Him. It overflows in time. Psalm 90:14. O satisfy us early with thy mercy, that we may rejoice and be glad all our days. When mercy meets you in the morning, joy finds its way into every hour. Psalm 55:6. Oh, that I had wings like a dove, for then would I fly away and be at rest. Some days you long to escape, but God doesn't just offer wings. He becomes your rest, right where you are. Psalm 119, 165. Great peace have they which love thy law, and nothing shall offend them. The more your heart dwells in God's truth, the less the world can shake you. Peace becomes your armor. Psalm 27:5. For in the time of trouble He shall hide me in His pavilion. God doesn't remove you from the storm, but shelters you within it. His presence becomes a sanctuary. Psalm 139:5. Thou hast beset me behind and before, and laid thine hand upon me. You are never outside of God's reach. He surrounds you, not to trap you, but to keep you close. Psalm 63:3. Because thy loving kindness is better than life, my lips shall praise thee. His love is the reason your soul still breathes. Praise rises not just from blessing, but from being held. Psalm 34:6. This poor man cried, and the Lord heard him. Don't despise your desperation. It is the birthplace of miracles. God leans toward those who cry out. Psalm 27:1. The Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? Darkness may visit, but it cannot stay. Light lives within you when He is your source. Psalm 71, 9. Cast me not off in the time of old age. Forsake me not, when my strength faileth. Your value doesn't fade with time. God treasures you in every season, especially when your strength runs low. Psalm 119:92. Unless thy law had been my delights, I should then have perished in mine affliction. The word is not just instruction, it is survival. In suffering, it becomes your lifeline. Psalm 19:14. Let the words of my mouth be acceptable in thy sight. Let your speech become a prayer. Let even your silence be laced with reverence and hope. Psalm 103:11. For as the heaven is high above the earth, so great is his mercy. Mercy isn't measured by human scale. It's vast, unending, and always flowing downward to meet you. Psalm 51:10. Create in me a clean heart, O God. Some prayers are deeper than forgiveness. They are invitations to transformation. Let him remake what's become hardened. Psalm 63:1. O God, thou art my God. Early will I seek thee. Seek him before the world speaks. In the quiet of early trust, your soul finds water. Psalm 78:39. He remembered that they were but flesh. God does not expect perfection. He knows your weakness and responds with understanding, not condemnation. Psalm 145:14. The Lord upholdeth all that fall. He doesn't just notice your fall, he lifts. Grace meets you in the moment you thought you lost everything. Psalm 103:3. Who forgiveth all thine iniquities, who healeth all thy diseases. Nothing is too dark for his forgiveness, and no wound too deep for his healing touch. Psalm 118:17. I shall not die, but live, and declare the works of the Lord. Your survival has purpose. You are still here because your story is not yet done. Psalm 84:11. No good thing will he withhold from them that walk uprightly. God's generosity isn't random, it's wrapped in his wisdom, released at the right time. Psalm 37:39. The salvation of the righteous is of the Lord. You're not saved by strength, but by surrender. Let him be your rescue. Psalm 119:50. Thy word hath quickened me. When all else fails, let his word revive you. One whisper from him brings life where death tried to reign. Psalm 32:7. Thou art my hiding place. God is not just a shelter, he's a refuge of intimacy. Hide not from him, but in him. Psalm 86:11. Teach me thy way, O Lord. I will walk in thy truth. Learning his way is not just education, it's transformation. It rewrites how you live and love. Psalm 51:1. Have mercy upon me, O God, according to thy loving kindness. Mercy doesn't run out. You can return again and again to the fountain that never dries. Psalm 3:3. But thou, O Lord, art a shield for me, my glory and the lifter up of mine head. When shame pulls your face down, his grace lifts it. Look up, you are not forsaken. Psalm 145. The Lord is nigh unto all them that call upon him. There is no distance in prayer. Every call from your heart draws him near. Psalm 46:10. Be still and know that I am God. In the silence beyond striving, he is present. Your surrender is not weakness, it's worship. Let stillness become sacred. Psalm 84:2. My soul longeth for the courts of the Lord. There is a yearning that nothing on earth can ease. It's the soul's cry for its eternal home, and God hears that longing. Psalm 119:105. Thy word is a lamp unto my feet. You don't need to see the whole path. A single step lit by his truth is enough to keep moving forward. Psalm 71:3. Be thou my strong habitation. Let your refuge not be in plans or people, but in the eternal strength of God. In him, you are always home. Psalm 34:10. They that seek the Lord shall not want any good thing. The empty places in your life are not signs of abandonment. They are spaces where divine provision is on the way. Psalm 86:3. Be merciful unto me, O Lord, for I cry unto thee daily. Faith is not about having all the answers. It's in showing up day after day with your cry. Psalm 43:3. O send out thy light and thy truth. Ask him to illuminate what is hidden and to guide you not by sight, but by his Spirit. Psalm 25:16. Turn thee unto me, and have mercy upon me, for I am desolate and afflicted. There is no shame in admitting sorrow. God does not flinch at your emptiness. He fills it. Psalm 119:28. My soul melteth for heaviness. Strengthen thou me. When grief becomes too heavy to name, God does not expect strength. He offers it. Psalm 102:17. He will regard the prayer of the destitute. Even when the world overlooks you, God listens. Every prayer finds its way into his keeping. Psalm 31:15. My times are in thy hand. You are not behind. You are not too late. Your timeline rests in eternal hands. Psalm 139:12. Yea, the darkness hideth not from thee. What's unclear to you is still fully known to him. You are not wandering blind. He sees in perfect clarity. Psalm 40:11. Withhold not thou thy tender mercies from me. Ask for tenderness, and he gives it freely. His mercy is not cold. It is soft, near, and healing. Psalm 37:25. I have not seen the righteous forsaken. You may feel forsaken, but feelings don't define truth. God has never let go, and he won't start now. Psalm 61:1. Hear my cry, O God, attend unto my prayer. When your voice trembles, his attention sharpens. God leans toward the hurting, not away. Psalm 16:11. In thy presence is fullness of joy. You're not chasing happiness in the wrong places. Joy is found in proximity to him. Go there, and you'll find more than you asked for. Psalm 85:8. He will speak peace unto his people. Peace is not an emotion, it's a word spoken from heaven. Listen closely, he's still speaking. Psalm 31:20. Thou shalt hide them in the secret of thy presence. Some protection is invisible. God places you where the enemy cannot see, cannot touch, cannot reach. Psalm 143:7. Hear me speedily, O Lord. When the ache cannot wait, your cry is heard without delay. His nearness is not measured in hours. It's instant, eternal, now. Psalm 94:18. When I said, my foot slippeth, thy mercy, O Lord, held me up. Even your near falls are caught. You may wobble, but grace keeps you upright. Psalm 27:13. I had fainted unless I had believed to see the goodness of the Lord. It's not strength that sustains, it's belief, just enough faith to keep breathing. Psalm 135. I wait for the Lord, my soul doth wait. There's waiting that exhausts, and waiting that trusts. Choose the second. It is quieter but fuller of hope. Psalm 89:15. Blessed is the people that know the joyful sound. There is a melody only the soul can hear, and when you hear it, you remember you are not alone. Psalm 116:8. Thou hast delivered my soul from death, mine eyes from tears, every tear caught, every breath restored. You are still standing because grace intervened. Psalm 56:3. What time I am afraid, I will trust in thee. Faith doesn't always silence fear, but it teaches you where to run when it whispers. Psalm 119:93. I will never forget thy precepts, for with them thou hast quickened me. When life grew dim, his word rekindled something in you. Don't forget what lifted you. Psalm 26:12. My foot standeth in an even place. God brings balance when life feels uneven. Let him steady you where your own strength fails. Psalm 55:22. Cast thy burden upon the Lord, and he shall sustain thee. Don't carry what wasn't meant to be yours. Place it in his hands and leave it there. Psalm 33:22. Let thy mercy, O Lord, be upon us. Mercy is not a one-time event, it's a covering. Let it rest over you again and again. Psalm 92:2. To show forth thy loving kindness in the morning, begin every day with remembrance of love. That one truth can anchor everything else. Psalm 34:18. The Lord is nigh unto them that are of a broken heart. There is no distance between God and your ache. He draws near, not despite your brokenness, but because of it. Psalm 61:2. When my heart is overwhelmed, lead me to the rock that is higher than I. You don't have to be strong, you just have to be led. Let him lift you above the flood. Psalm 91:2. I will say of the Lord, he is my refuge and my fortress. Speak it until your soul believes it. Your words shape your shelter. Psalm 55:17. Evening and morning and at noon will I pray. Prayer doesn't require a perfect time. It's the rhythm of a soul staying close to the one who listens. Psalm 119:135. Make thy face to shine upon thy servant. Sometimes, all we need is the light of his smile. It doesn't fix everything, but it reminds you that you are not forgotten. Psalm 103:13. Like as a father pitieth his children, so the Lord pitieth them that fear him. God's heart aches for yours. His compassion is not cold theology, it's living, breathing care. Psalm 73:26. My flesh and my heart faileth, but God is the strength of my heart. Your limits do not limit him. Where you run out, grace continues. Psalm 26. Now know I that the Lord saveth his anointed. He doesn't just see you, he defends you. Even when you don't feel victorious, you are surrounded by heavenly aid. Psalm 119:133. Order my steps in thy word. When your plans fall apart, ask him to build something better, step by step, in his time. Psalm 138:3. In the day when I cried, thou answeredst me. Heaven doesn't delay when your heart breaks. The response may be quiet, but it is always there. Psalm 94:22. But the Lord is my defense, and my God is the rock of my refuge. You don't have to explain yourself to your enemies. Let God be your defender. Psalm 25:10. All the paths of the Lord are mercy and truth. Even the path you didn't choose, even the one that hurt, he weaves mercy into every mile. Psalm 35. Weeping may endure for a night, but joy cometh in the morning. Nights can feel long, but joy is not gone. It's just waiting for the right light to rise again. Psalm 75. Make haste unto me, O God, thou art my help and my deliverer. God does not delay out of neglect, only out of timing. When it's time, he moves swiftly. Psalm 119:76. Let thy tender mercies comfort me. Some comfort is firm, some is tender. When life bruises you, ask for the gentleness of God's touch. Psalm 86:17. Shew me a token for good. You are allowed to ask for signs, not because God owes you, but because he loves showing up in ways your heart can feel. Psalm 3:5. I laid me down and slept, for the Lord sustained me. Rest is not weakness, it is proof that you trust the one who never sleeps. Psalm 102:13. Thou shalt arise and have mercy upon Zion, for the time to favor her is come. There is a moment when God says now, and when it comes, Nothing can stop his favor. Psalm 19:7. The law of the Lord is perfect, converting the soul. His words don't just inform, they transform. Let Scripture rebuild what sorrow tried to destroy. Psalm 116:5. Gracious is the Lord, and righteous, yea, our God is merciful. God doesn't love reluctantly. Mercy is his nature, not just a reaction, but a promise. Psalm 43:5. Why art thou cast down, O my soul? Hope in God. Speak to your soul like a friend. Sometimes, the voice that saves you is your own, reminding you who to trust. Psalm 138:7. Though I walk in the midst of trouble, thou wilt revive me. Even in the center of hardship, resurrection is possible. Your story isn't over in the valley. Psalm 145:9. The Lord is good to all. There's no exception in his kindness. Even when you doubt your worth, his goodness remains your portion. Psalm 11:4. The Lord is in his holy temple. The Lord's throne is in heaven. No matter the chaos below, heaven remains steady. God rules from a place untouched by fear. Psalm 56:8. Put thou my tears into thy bottle. Every drop of sorrow is known, not wasted, not overlooked, kept by God as sacred. Psalm 28:6. Blessed be the Lord, because he hath heard the voice of my supplications. You are not crying into an empty sky. Your voice reaches the heart of God. Psalm 139:2. Thou understandest my thought afar off. You don't have to explain your emotions. He knows the language of your heart, even in silence. Psalm 91:11. For he shall give his angels charge over thee. You are not walking alone. Invisible guardians walk beside you at his command. Psalm 51:17. A broken and a contrite heart thou wilt not despise. Your sorrow is not shameful. God treasures the heart that brings its wounds honestly. Psalm 146:8. The Lord openeth the eyes of the blind. He still restores sight, not just to eyes, but to hope, to faith, to dreams. Let him help you see again. Psalm 62:1. Truly my soul waiteth upon God. Rest begins when striving ends. Peace doesn't come from answers, it comes from trust. Psalm 33:20. Our soul waiteth for the Lord. He is our help and our shield. In the delay, protection is hidden. Waiting is not punishment, it is preparation. Psalm 71:20. Thou shalt quicken me again, and shalt bring me up again from the depths of the earth. Even when buried by grief or failure, resurrection is written into your story. Psalm 25:14. The secret of the Lord is with them that fear him. Intimacy with God is not loud, it's quiet, sacred, and revealed only to those who sit long enough to hear. Psalm 31:24. Be of good courage, and he shall strengthen your heart. God doesn't demand courage, he gives it. Strength comes to those willing to hope again. Psalm 42. He brought me up out of an horrible pit and set my feet upon a rock. You may have fallen, but he still lifts. Your story is not stuck in the dark. Psalm 37:4. Delight thyself also in the Lord. Let your joy not be in outcomes, but in him. When you make him your treasure, your heart stops aching for what fades. Psalm 86:5. Thou, Lord, art good and ready to forgive. Forgiveness isn't earned, it's waiting. Mercy sits on the edge of your next breath. Psalm 66:19. But verily God hath heard me. Even before you saw the result, the moment you prayed, he listened. Psalm 119:114. Thou art my hiding place and my shield. When life exposes your vulnerabilities, God becomes your cover. There is safety in his nearness. Psalm 147:3. He healeth the broken in heart, and bindeth up their wounds. You don't have to hide the damage. His hands are gentle, and his intention is restoration. Psalm 16:8. I have set the Lord always before me. Because he is at my right hand, I shall not be moved. Anchored in God you may shake, but you will not fall. Psalm 109:21. Do thou for me, O God, for thy name's sake, because thy mercy is good. When you have no strength left to offer, fall back into his mercy. It is strong enough to carry both of you. Psalm 89:1. I will sing of the mercies of the Lord forever. Worship isn't just for joy, it is for remembrance. Praise becomes your shelter when memory tries to fade. Psalm 139:23. Search me, O God, and know my heart. Let him see what you've been hiding. His gaze does not harm, it heals. Psalm 31:7. Thou hast considered my trouble. Thou hast known my soul in adversities. You are not overlooked. God has studied your sorrow and stays beside you in it. Psalm 9:10. They that know thy name will put their trust in thee. Trust begins with knowing who he really is, not just what he can do. Psalm 137. With the Lord there is mercy, and with him is plenteous redemption. Redemption is not in short supply. God is not limited by your past. Psalm 61:4. I will trust in the covert of thy wings. His protection doesn't always look like escape, but it always feels like love. Psalm 13:1. How long wilt thou forget me, O Lord? Even in holy texts, questions rise. God doesn't fear your pain. He meets it, even in the asking. Psalm 71:21. Thou shalt increase my greatness, and comfort me on every side. Comfort is not a maybe. It is part of your promise. It comes wrapped in quiet increase. Psalm 144:2. My goodness and my fortress, my high tower and my deliverer. When people fail you, when systems break, God remains. He is every refuge you need. Psalm 4:8. I will both lay me down in peace and sleep. Sleep isn't just physical, it's spiritual surrender. In his arms, you rest even while the world stirs. Psalm 138:8. The Lord will perfect that which concerneth me. You're not forgotten. The details you worry over, he is still shaping them gently. Psalm 28:7. The Lord is my strength and my shield. My heart trusted in him, and I am helped. Help didn't always come how you expected, but it came, and it will come again. Psalm 63:7. Because thou hast been my help, therefore in the shadow of thy wings will I rejoice. Memory is holy. Remember who helped you, and joy will return like a tide. Psalm 43. He hath put a new song in my mouth. God gives you melodies for each season, some full of pain, others of praise. Both are sacred. Psalm 118:5. I called upon the Lord in distress. The Lord answered me. Desperation is not a disqualifier. It's an invitation for the divine to step in. Psalm 142:3. When my spirit was overwhelmed, then thou knewest my path. When you didn't know where to turn, he already knew where to lead you. Psalm 85:6. Wilt thou not revive us again? God doesn't just heal, he revives. What looked like the end is often a sacred beginning. Psalm 46:1. God is our refuge and strength, a very present help in trouble. You are not facing the storm alone. He is already there, holding the walls of your world steady. Psalm 34:4. I sought the Lord, and he heard me. The moment you turn toward him, the heavens leaned close. Seeking is never in vain. Psalm 119:50. This is my comfort in my affliction, for thy word hath quickened me. When pain silences everything else, His word still whispers life into your soul. Psalm 27. 1. The Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? Darkness may surround you, but the light within you is divine and undefeated. Psalm 18:16. He sent from above, He took me, He drew me out of many waters. When the flood threatens to drown your spirit, His arm reaches deeper still. Psalm 90:14. O satisfy us early with thy mercy. Morning after morning, mercy renews. You are never starting from emptiness. His love always meets you first. Psalm 121:3. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. Every shaky step you take is held by the one who never stumbles. Psalm 30:11. Thou hast turned for me my mourning into dancing. What was once sorrow now becomes testimony. Even ashes can dance again. Psalm 63:1. My soul thirsteth for thee, in a dry and thirsty land. Nothing in this world will quench you like His presence. Your thirst is sacred. It points you home. Psalm 31:5. Into thine hand I commit my spirit. Letting go is not loss, it's trust. Your soul is safest when surrendered. Psalm 19:14. Let the words of my mouth be acceptable in thy sight. May your voice carry grace, and your silence carry peace. God hears the language of the heart. Psalm 59:16. I will sing of thy power, for thou hast been my defense. Worship grows best from the soil of struggle. Praise that survives pain becomes unshakable. Psalm 6:9. The Lord hath heard my supplication. Even when tears were your only language, He understood every syllable of your ache. Psalm 37:7. Rest in the Lord and wait patiently for Him. Rest isn't idleness, it's sacred trust. You are not behind, you are being held. Psalm 27:5. In the time of trouble, He shall hide me. There is a place beneath His wings where no fear can reach and no sorrow can destroy. Psalm 84:11. No good thing will He withhold from them that walk uprightly. If it's not here, it's not withheld, it's being prepared in fullness. Psalm 55:22. He shall never suffer the righteous to be moved. You don't need to fight to stay upright. Grace is what steadies your every step. Psalm 32:7. Thou art my hiding place. Thou shalt preserve me from trouble. God doesn't remove all storms, but He hides you safely within them. Psalm 107:20. He sent His word and healed them. Healing begins with a word. One truth from heaven can undo years of silence. Psalm 86:1. Bow down thine ear, O Lord, hear me. For I am poor and needy. Need is not shame, it's invitation. Your emptiness is a doorway for divine fullness. Psalm 42:8. The Lord will command His loving kindness in the daytime. Kindness doesn't come by chance, it comes by command. Heaven orders comfort for your soul. Psalm 116:1. I love the Lord, because He hath heard my voice. Love grows when we feel heard, and God has never stopped listening. Psalm 51:10. Create in me a clean heart, O God. Renewal doesn't come from trying harder, it comes from surrendering deeper. Psalm 119:165. Great peace have they which love thy law. The kind of peace that anchors storms doesn't come from control, it comes from trust. Psalm 94:19. In the multitude of my thoughts within me, thy comforts delight my soul. When anxiety multiplies, His comfort still outruns it. He calms what chaos stirs. Psalm 18:28. Thou wilt light my candle. The Lord my God will enlighten my darkness. Even if others can't see your spark, God never lets it go out. Psalm 103:2. Bless the Lord, and forget not all His benefits. Remembrance is a form of healing. Recall the faithfulness that brought you this far. Psalm 27:14. Wait on the Lord. Be of good courage, he shall strengthen thine heart. Waiting isn't passive, it's preparation for the strength you'll need ahead. Psalm 138:2. Thou hast magnified thy word above all thy name. His promises are never empty. They carry the full weight of his character. Psalm 119:92. Unless thy law had been my delights, I should then have perished in mine affliction. What held you through the breaking wasn't willpower, it was the word. Psalm 23:1. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want, not because the road is easy, but because the shepherd walks every step beside you. Psalm 119:71. It is good for me that I have been afflicted. Even pain is a strange teacher, if it leads you closer to the one who heals. Psalm 139:5. Thou hast beset me behind and before, surrounded, not by problems, but by the presence that holds time, past and future in peace. Psalm 17:8. Keep me as the apple of the eye, hide me under the shadow of thy wings. You are not just protected, you are precious. He covers what he treasures. Psalm 18:2. The Lord is my rock, my fortress, my deliverer. When everything else collapses, he remains, unshaken, unmoved, unchanging. Psalm 65:2. O thou that hearest prayer, unto thee shall all flesh come. He listens, not from distance, but with divine attention. Psalm 63:3. Because thy loving kindness is better than life, my lips shall praise thee. When you've tasted his love, no earthly thing compares. Worship becomes breath. Psalm 26:3. For thy loving kindness is before mine eyes. Love is not hidden, it's all around you, even in the quiet mercies you forgot to notice. Psalm 89:15. Blessed is the people that know the joyful sound. Joy has a frequency, and your spirit remembers it, even if your mind forgot how to sing. Psalm 61:3. For thou hast been a shelter for me. He is not a last resort. He is the home your soul has always needed. Psalm 41:1. Blessed is he that considereth the poor. The Lord will deliver him in time of trouble. Compassion unlocks miracles. What you give away, heaven remembers. Psalm 28:9. Save thy people and bless thine inheritance. You are part of a legacy God watches over. You are not drifting, you are claimed. Psalm 78:38. But he, being full of compassion, forgave their iniquity. Grace is not a break in God's nature, it is the rhythm of it. Psalm 43:3. O send out thy light and thy truth. When the path grows dim, don't chase clarity, ask for light and take the next step. Psalm 15:1. Lord, who shall abide in thy tabernacle? God's presence is not reserved for the perfect, it welcomes those who walk with truth. Psalm 34:10. They that seek the Lord shall not want any good thing. Lack is not the final word. God's goodness always catches up to those who seek him. Psalm 18:30. As for God, his way is perfect. You may not understand the path, but you can trust the one who paved it. Psalm 4:6. Lord, lift thou up the light of thy countenance upon us. Sometimes, all the soul needs is to feel his face turn toward it in love. Psalm 133. If thou, Lord, shouldest mark iniquities, O Lord, who shall stand? Yet mercy speaks louder than failure. Your flaws are not greater than his forgiveness. Psalm 105. For the Lord is good, his mercy is everlasting. His character never runs dry. When people change, he remains the same. Psalm 42:1. As the hart panteth after the water brooks, so panteth my soul after thee. Longing is not weakness, It's the soul remembering where it came from. Psalm 29:11. The Lord will bless his people with peace. Peace is not earned, it is given, not as the world gives, but as heaven promises. Psalm 77:11. I will remember the works of the Lord. Your memory is a well of faith. Draw from what he's done, and you'll have strength for what's ahead. Psalm 25:7. Remember not the sins of my youth. God does not hold your past against your future. Grace redefines the timeline. Psalm 31:19. Oh, how great is thy goodness, which thou hast laid up for them that fear thee. There is goodness stored in places you haven't seen yet, reserved just for you. Psalm 6:2. Have mercy upon me, O Lord, for I am weak. Weakness does not disqualify you. It draws God near like a flame draws warmth. Psalm 86:15. But thou, O Lord, art a God full of compassion and truth. God does not love in pieces. He pours out the whole of himself for you. Psalm 19:1. The heavens declare the glory of God. You are surrounded by sermons. Every sunrise preaches. Every star testifies. Psalm 34:6. This poor man cried, and the Lord heard him. There is no cry too small, no voice too shaky for God's ear. Psalm 91:14. Because he hath set his love upon me, therefore will I deliver him. Love is not unnoticed. When your heart clings to him, heaven responds. Psalm 33:11. The counsel of the Lord standeth forever. When plans fall apart, his purposes hold steady. What God designs cannot be dismantled by man. Psalm 119:76. Let, I pray thee, thy merciful kindness be for my comfort. Mercy is not far. It is waiting just past your next breath, ready to restore. Psalm 68:5. A father of the fatherless and a judge of the widows is God. He steps into every absence. What you lost, he guards. What you lacked, he fills. Psalm 18:19. He delivered me because he delighted in me. Your rescue was never reluctant. He finds joy in saving you. Psalm 37:23. The steps of a good man are ordered by the Lord. Every turn you didn't expect was still part of his path. Psalm 119:105. Thy word is a lamp unto my feet. Don't fear the dark ahead. God doesn't show the whole road, but he always lights the next step. Psalm 34:18. The Lord is nigh unto them that are of a broken heart. You don't have to hide the fracture. He draws closest where you're most undone. Psalm 103:14. For he knoweth our frame. He remembereth that we are dust. God isn't disappointed by your limits. He's tender with your fragility. Psalm 61:2. When my heart is overwhelmed, lead me to the rock that is higher than I. You don't have to be strong, you just have to be led. Psalm 91:11. For he shall give his angels charge over thee. Protection is not random, it is orchestrated. Heaven watches over you more than you know. Psalm 85:10. Mercy and truth are met together. God doesn't pick between justice and love. He weaves both into every act of grace. Psalm 51:17. A broken and a contrite heart thou wilt not despise. God doesn't reject brokenness. He inhabits it. Psalm 3:3. But thou, O Lord, art a shield for me, my glory and the lifter up of mine head. Even when you can't lift your eyes, he lifts your spirit. Psalm 37:39. The salvation of the righteous is of the Lord. Deliverance doesn't depend on you. It begins and ends with him. Psalm 147:11. The Lord taketh pleasure in them that fear him, in those that hope in his mercy. Your hope delights God. It's a quiet offering that touches his heart. Psalm 31:20. Thou shalt hide them in the secret of thy presence. There is a place where fear cannot follow. It is found in the stillness beside him. Psalm 118:6. The Lord is on my side. I will not fear. Courage is not the absence of fear. It is the awareness of who stands with you. Psalm 145:18. The Lord is nigh unto all them that call upon him. His nearness isn't earned, it's promised. The moment you whisper, he draws close. Psalm 37:5. Commit thy way unto the Lord, and he shall bring it to pass. Lay it all down, every plan, every fear, and watch him shape it better than you imagined. Psalm 119:49. Remember the word unto thy servant, upon which thou hast caused me to hope. God never forgets what he speaks. His promises have roots. Psalm 94:22. The Lord is my defense, and my God is the rock of my refuge. When others walk away, he stays. You are not left exposed. Psalm 66:12. We went through fire and through water, but thou broughtest us out into a wealthy place. What tried to break you became the bridge to blessing. Psalm 25:5. Lead me in thy truth and teach me. You are not lost. You are being guided. Even detours are part of divine direction. Psalm 147:6. The Lord lifteth up the meek. The world may overlook the gentle, but heaven exalts them in silence. Psalm 27. Some trust in chariots, but we will remember the name of the Lord. Your strength is not in strategy, it is in surrender. Psalm 119:165. Great peace have they which love thy law. The deepest peace doesn't come from perfect circumstances. It comes from trusting what never changes. Psalm 36:9. For with thee is the fountain of life. Real life begins when you stop striving and start drinking from his presence. Psalm 9:9. The Lord also will be a refuge for the oppressed. He is not only for the victorious, he is refuge for the wounded. Psalm 84:6. Who passing through the valley of Baca, make it a well. What felt like sorrow becomes a source. Even your dry places will water others. Psalm 121:1. I will lift up mine eyes unto the hills. Don't keep looking at the problem. Look up. Help has already been dispatched. Shall I continue with part 14? Here is part 14 of your spiritually healing and emotionally rich Psalms devotional. This chapter continues the journey with 30 deeply moving reflections, crafted to bring reassurance, divine nearness, and comfort to the soul walking through both stillness and storm. Part 14. 30 Psalms, restoring calm, reigniting hope, and offering sacred stillness. Psalm 35. Weeping may endure for a night, but joy cometh in the morning. Even your longest night cannot cancel the dawn. Morning has a promise tied to it. Psalm 119:114. Thou art my hiding place and my shield. When life grows too loud, God becomes the silence that shelters your heart. Psalm 27:13. I had fainted, unless I had believed to see the goodness of the Lord. Hope is what held you when nothing else could. Faith kept your eyes open. Psalm 42. He brought me up also out of a horrible pit. No depth is too deep for the hand of God. Even despair cannot hide you from deliverance. Psalm 56:8. Put thou my tears into thy bottle. Every sorrow you thought went unnoticed was sacred to him. Not one drop has been wasted. Psalm 33:20. Our soul waiteth for the Lord. He is our help and our shield. Waiting doesn't mean forgotten. It means protected in preparation. Psalm 73:26. My flesh and my heart faileth, but God is the strength of my heart. When your own strength ends, his begins. He holds the pieces together. Psalm 14:6. The Lord is his refuge, the one the world mocks for hoping. God honors, the ignored become the protected. Psalm 86, 3. Be merciful unto me, O Lord, for I cry unto thee daily. Daily dependence is not weakness, it's devotion. God hears what's repeated in love. Psalm 9:10. They that know thy name will put their trust in thee. Trust doesn't come from facts, it comes from relationship. Knowing him brings surrender. Psalm 55:6. Oh, that I had wings like a dove, for then would I fly away and be at rest. Longing for escape is not failure, it's the soul aching for peace. Psalm 139:12. Yea, the darkness hideth not from thee. Even when you can't see him, he sees you clearly. Darkness never wins against divine eyes. Psalm 33:22. Let thy mercy, O Lord, be upon us, according as we hope in thee. The measure of his mercy is never too small. Hope expands it. Psalm 16:8. I have set the Lord always before me. Because he is at my right hand, I shall not be moved. Your anchor is not in circumstances, it's in presence. Psalm 112:7. He shall not be afraid of evil tidings. Fear loses its grip when your trust is wrapped around something eternal. Psalm 62:1. Truly my soul waiteth upon God. From him cometh my salvation. Rest doesn't come from less chaos. It comes from more God. Psalm 139:2. Thou knowest my downsitting and mine uprising. God doesn't just see your actions, he understands your rhythms. Even your stillness is known. Psalm 36:7. How excellent is thy loving kindness. Therefore the children of men put their trust under the shadow of thy wings. Love this safe invites surrender. Psalm 63:7. Because thou hast been my help, therefore in the shadow of thy wings will I rejoice. Worship grows from memory. Recall what he's done, and joy returns. Psalm 4:8. I will both lay me down in peace and sleep, for thou, Lord, only makes me dwell in safety. Safety isn't the absence of danger, it's the presence of the divine. Psalm 135. I wait for the Lord. My soul doth wait, and in his word do I hope. Waiting is an act of worship. Hope holds your posture until fulfillment comes. Psalm 31:7. Thou hast known my soul in adversities. No struggle ever made you invisible. God recognized your spirit even in the fire. Psalm 145:14. The Lord upholdeth all that fall. He does not scold the fallen. He catches them. His hands are more ready than your fears. Psalm 11:4. The Lord is in his holy temple. The Lord's throne is in heaven. Chaos on earth never changes his position. Heaven is not shaken. Psalm 34:15. The eyes of the Lord are upon the righteous. You are not lost in the crowd. His gaze doesn't wander from you. Psalm 91:4. He shall cover thee with his feathers. What seems like delay is sometimes a wing overhead, hiding you from what you never knew was coming. Psalm 102:17. He will regard the prayer of the destitute. Desperation is not ignored. It moves the heart of heaven. Psalm 139:3. Thou compassest my path and my lying down. There's not a moment in your day or night untouched by his awareness. Psalm 84:11. The Lord will withhold no good thing. If it hasn't come yet, it's either not good or not time. Either way, you're not missing out. Psalm 25:10. All the paths of the Lord are mercy and truth. Even the long ones, the painful ones, their ending is always kindness. Psalm 13:1. How long wilt thou forget me, O Lord? Though silence feels like absence, it's only the space where trust grows wings. Psalm 91:1. He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. Shelter is not found by accident. It is chosen through intimacy. Psalm 103, 2. Bless the Lord, O my soul, and forget not all his benefits. Gratitude is the memory of the Spirit. Count them. He's been faithful. Psalm 84, 2. My soul longeth for the courts of the Lord. Homesickness isn't just for a place. It's for the presence your spirit was made to dwell in. Psalm 61, 1. Hear my cry, O God. Attend unto my prayer. The ache in your voice echoes in heaven. God listens not to the volume, but the heart. Psalm 27, 1. The Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? Light is not just for seeing, it's for banishing the shadows within. Psalm 139, 1. O Lord, thou hast searched me and known me. Even before you understood yourself, he already did and loved you still. Psalm 5, 3. In the morning will I direct my prayer unto thee. Early prayers may feel small, but they open gates no man can shut. Psalm 41. I waited patiently for the Lord, and he inclined unto me. Patience is not punishment, it's preparation for perfect timing. Psalm 32, 7. Thou art my hiding place. Thou shalt preserve me from trouble. In him you're not invisible. You're invisible to the enemy. Psalm 28, 6. Blessed be the Lord, because he hath heard the voice of my supplications. Your cry wasn't wasted. Heaven remembers what you whispered. Psalm 62, 5. My soul, wait thou only upon God. When you stop depending on outcomes and rest in him alone, peace becomes possible. Psalm 51, 10. Create in me a clean heart, O God. You're not asking for renovation. You're asking for rebirth, and he answers. Psalm 143, 10. Teach me to do thy will. Obedience is not a chore, it's a love language. The surrendered heart learns fastest. Psalm 92, 1. It is a good thing to give thanks unto the Lord. Gratitude doesn't require perfection, just awareness of grace. Psalm 33, 4. The word of the Lord is right. When everything around you feels unsure, stand on what cannot be shaken. Psalm 119:50. This is my comfort in my affliction, for thy word hath quickened me. Scripture isn't just ink, it breathes, it lifts what life tries to drown. Psalm 86:7. In the day of my trouble, I will call upon thee, for thou wilt answer me. Trouble is not the end of the story, it's the beginning of divine intervention. Psalm 119, 165. Great peace have they which love thy law. Peace doesn't come from a perfect life, but from a rooted soul. Psalm 145:9. The Lord is good to all, not to some, not just to saints, to all. His goodness spills over the edges of your doubt. Psalm 31:24. Be of good courage, and he shall strengthen your heart. Courage is not the absence of fear, it is moving forward with God anyway. Psalm 90:14. O satisfy us early with thy mercy. A fresh start isn't about morning light, it's about mercy that never runs out. Psalm 25:15. Mine eyes are ever toward the Lord. Looking at him reorders everything. Focus creates freedom. Psalm 116:1. I love the Lord, because he hath heard my voice. Love rooted in response becomes devotion. You are heard and held. Psalm 119, 133. Order my steps in thy word. Even your wandering is drawn back into alignment when his word becomes your map. Psalm 34:4. I sought the Lord, and he heard me. Seeking isn't about perfection, it's about presence. He answers the earnest. Psalm 107:9. For he satisfieth the longing soul. nothing else lasts. His presence is the only drink deep enough for your thirst. Psalm 30:11. Thou hast turned for me my mourning into dancing. What was once grief now sways with joy. The same heart that broke can beat in celebration. Psalm 55:22. Cast thy burden upon the Lord. He won't just hold it, He'll carry it further than your arms ever could. Psalm 104. Enter into His gates with thanksgiving. Gratitude is the password. Praise is how we enter the sacred space of peace. Psalm 147:3. He healeth the broken in heart, and bindeth up their wounds. God doesn't just acknowledge your pain, He wraps His presence around it. Psalm 27:5. In the time of trouble, He shall hide me in His pavilion. You are not exposed. You are encased in divine protection, seen only by heaven. Psalm 145:19. He will fulfill the desire of them that fear Him. God doesn't tease your hopes, He treasures them, waiting for the right moment to bloom them. Psalm 17:8. Keep me as the apple of the eye, hide me under the shadow of thy wings. You are not one among many. You are a beloved focus in God's gaze. Psalm 43. He hath put a new song in my mouth. Where there was once sighing, now there is singing. Healing rewrites the melody. Psalm 116:7. Return unto thy rest, O my soul. You don't have to earn peace. It's your inheritance. Rest is always waiting to welcome you back. Psalm 66:20. Blessed be God, which hath not turned away my prayer. Even when you questioned yourself, heaven didn't. Your voice always reached Him. Psalm 32:1. Blessed is he whose transgression is forgiven. Your guilt doesn't define you. Grace does. Psalm 25:4. Show me thy ways, O Lord. When you don't know which road to walk, you can ask the one who built them. Psalm 73:24. Thou shalt guide me with thy counsel, and afterward receive me to glory. From now till eternity, His hand doesn't leave yours. Psalm 86:5. Thou art good and ready to forgive. Heaven doesn't hesitate when you come in honesty. Forgiveness meets confession, like rain meets dry ground. Psalm 94:19. In the multitude of my thoughts within me thy comforts delight my soul. When anxiety is loud, comfort can still whisper louder. Psalm 19:14. Let the words of my mouth be acceptable in thy sight, even in quiet thoughts. God hears the heart behind the words. Psalm 37:7. Rest in the Lord and wait patiently for Him. Don't confuse stillness with delay. Sometimes God is wrapping something holy. Psalm 91:16. With long life will I satisfy him. Your days are not random. Each one holds a purpose God delights to fulfill. Psalm 103:10. He hath not dealt with us after our sins. Mercy rewrites what justice would have required. Grace interrupts judgment with love. Psalm 107:20. He sent His word and healed them. Healing isn't always loud. It sometimes comes in a whisper, in a line of scripture, in the breath between sobs. Psalm 34:22. The Lord redeemeth the soul of His servants. God doesn't just fix your present, He restores your identity and your story. Psalm 37:4. Delight thyself also in the Lord. Let your joy live in Him, and watch how desires begin to align with divine timing. Psalm 71:3. Be thou my strong habitation. Make God your home, not your hiding place. A heart can dwell where fear used to run. Psalm 145:15. The eyes of all wait upon thee. All creation leans on Him, and not one is left unfed. You too are held in His provision. Psalm 23:6. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me. Your shadow isn't just you. It's grace chasing you all your life. Psalm 86:15. Thou, O Lord, art a God full of compassion. He is not a cold judge, but a warm Father. His nature is kindness. Psalm 35:10. Lord, who is like unto thee, which deliverest the poor from him that is too strong for him? Even what overpowers you is powerless against him. Psalm 65:2. O thou that hearest prayer, unto thee shall all flesh come. The universal destination of every soul is a place called presence. Psalm 30:2. O Lord my God, I cried unto thee, and thou hast healed me. Healing came not through striving, but through surrender. Psalm 44:26. Arise for our help, and redeem us for thy mercy's sake. Sometimes our only plea is mercy, and that is enough. Psalm 37:28. The Lord forsaketh not his saints. Abandonment is never part of his nature. You are remembered in every hour. Psalm 89:1. I will sing of the mercies of the Lord forever, because some stories need to be told in song, especially the ones he rewrote with mercy. Psalm 34:19. Many are the afflictions of the righteous, but the Lord delivereth him out of them all. Suffering may be plentiful, but so is deliverance. Psalm 138:3. In the day when I cried, thou answeredst me, and strengthenedst me with strength in my soul. Not every answer is an outcome. Sometimes it's inner fortitude. Psalm 91:11. For he shall give his angels charge over thee. You walk with more protection than you realize. Heaven assigns its warriors to your path. Psalm 42:11. Why art thou cast down, O my soul? Hope thou in God. Even your soul gets tired, but it always remembers where to look. Psalm 107:1. O give thanks unto the Lord, for he is good. Gratitude is the exhale of a soul that remembers his kindness never ran out. Psalm 121:1. I will lift up mine eyes unto the hills. The answers don't lie at your feet, they rise with your gaze. Psalm 37:23. The steps of a good man are ordered by the Lord. Even when it feels random, God is choreographing your life with purpose. Psalm 18:28. For thou wilt light my candle. The Lord my God will enlighten my darkness. Even the flame that nearly went out, he rekindles. Psalm 62:2. He only is my rock and my salvation. Nothing else is secure. Build there, rest there, return there. Psalm 46:1. God is our refuge and strength, a very present help in trouble. He is not distant, he is immediate, and he is able. Psalm 29:11. The Lord will bless his people with peace. Peace is not earned, it's bestowed. Receive it like rain on parched earth. Psalm 103:12. As far as the east is from the west, so far hath he removed our transgressions from us. There is no return address on your forgiven sins. Psalm 27:14. Wait on the Lord, be of good courage. Waiting is strength in disguise. Courage grows in sacred silence. Psalm 116:15. Precious in the sight of the Lord is the death of his saints. Nothing about your life or your passing is unnoticed by heaven. Psalm 43:3. O send out thy light and thy truth. Let them lead me. When the path disappears, light and truth take your hand. Psalm 139:18. When I awake, I am still with thee. His presence does not expire at nightfall. It wakes with you in the morning. Psalm 84:10. A day in thy courts is better than 1,000. Time spent with God resets eternity in your heart. Psalm 63:1. My soul thirsteth for thee, my flesh longeth for thee. Desire for God is not weakness, It is holy hunger. Psalm 34:18. The Lord is nigh unto them that are of a broken heart. Brokenness isn't a disqualifier, it's a meeting place for God. Psalm 65:11. Thou crownest the year with thy goodness. Even your endings are wrapped in divine kindness. Psalm 23:1. The Lord is my shepherd. I shall not want. You are not forsaken. You are guided, fed, and held. Psalm 147:6. The Lord lifteth up the meek. There is glory in humility, and heaven exalts the quiet spirit. Psalm 139:5. Thou hast beset me behind and before, surrounded, guarded, known. Psalm 119:76. Let I pray thee, thy merciful kindness be for my comfort. True comfort does not come from people, it flows from the mercy of God. Psalm 36:9. In thy light shall we see light. Without him even vision is blind, but with him all things become clear. Psalm 89:8. O Lord God of hosts, who is a strong Lord like unto thee? When you need strength beyond yourself, remember whose name you bear. Psalm 31:19. Oh, how great is thy goodness, which thou hast wrought for them that trust in thee. He doesn't just imagine goodness, he prepares it for you. Psalm 16:11. In thy presence is fullness of joy. Joy is not a pursuit, it is a presence. Psalm 55:16. As for me, I will call upon God, and the Lord shall save me. Rescue begins not in action, but in reaching upward. Psalm 86:17. Show me a token for good, even in weariness. It's okay to ask for a sign. God leaves traces of his love along the path. Psalm 156. Let everything that hath breath praise the Lord. You still have breath. You still have reason. You still have him.